The situation is quite comfortable for us, and as you must be observing that the water level of Umiam, which is normally the source of generation for us during this lean period, we have tried to maintain it at the optimum level right from the month of say December onwards. So we have planned our generation keeping in mind that there is no load shedding maybe till the first week of June. And going by the reports of the IMD, we are expecting rains after that. So we have planned our generation accordingly. And additionally, we have taken 35 megawatt of the NTPC power, which we have for 1 year we have like deallocated it to Uttarakhand. That power is also would be available to us during this lean period. So I think we should be comfortable as far as the power scenario is concerned for next maybe 1.5 months, and hopefully by that time we should have the monsoon season arriving, and we'll be comfortable even after that. The other places like Leshka and all, anyways we don't account in for the lean season. We take that the water availability in those sources are not there, so we don't account that as a part of our demand projection. The only place which we account for our from the supply side management is only Umiam, and that water level we have already factored into, as I mentioned you, and accordingly we are going ahead with our generation. So in terms of the other water sources, the point becomes maybe more relevant from the availability of the drinking water kind of thing, and not from the point of view of the generation of the electricity, which we have factored into because we do have the water level available, and we have planned our generation by utilizing that power for next maybe 5 to 6 weeks. It is entirely a different concept. We keep on taking power from the other sources. We keep on returning power from the other to those entities based on our immediate requirement. And supposing, I mean, just in case, if it is after maybe first week of June, there is some shortage of power in terms of availability because our generation will not be available, we'll make those commercial arrangements and will either it is a purchase from the market or it is through the banking operation. Very this thing emphatically is that as of now there is no scheduled load shedding. What and I have told earlier also, what we are experiencing in some parts of the city, and I can specifically mention 2 dates. One was 28th of April, wherein we had some very major fault at Lightcore area, wherein the outage was there for almost maybe more than 12 hours because the entire line goes through a jungle, and it was difficult for us to patrol during night time. So that was one. And the other were 2 transformers which got fire. One was in near Shankar College, and one was another was I think the Upper Shillong area somewhere. So apart from these, there are as we understand, there are high speed of winds which are more than 60 kilometers per hour which are there. So a lot of foreign particles are falling on our conductors, which leads to the tripping of the system. So that is a safety mechanism which is there in our substations. If any foreign particles, for example, branch of tree or anything which trips, then by protocol we need to patrol it. We just can't again charge the line, because it might be because some accident has happened, some pole has fallen, or some human being has also got in touch with that wire and all. So we need to patrol it. So it takes time when the system trips. And the systems have tripped in the past because of these extraneous factors which I mentioned. Most of them are falling of the trees, falling of the branches. So it just a time, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, depending on at what location the fault has happened. So our team is there, especially for Shillong City. I can say that we have increased the number of teams to respond to these kinds of situations, and we are trying to restore it in the least possible time. Leshka will be we are making ourselves ready, keeping in mind this next monsoon. One of the unit is under the regular maintenance, which I think we should be finishing it off by 15th of May. Another unit is already in the function. The third unit has developed some technical issue, which is again is under repair, and we should be in a position to bring it back to the generation maybe next 3 weeks time. So I believe that before the next monsoon, Leshka will be fully ready with the capacity generation.
What about the upgradation plans?
The present unit, no, because it is already 42 into 3, 126 megawatt of setup. The next, of course, is stage 2, for which we are conducting the studies and all, and a few studies do involve the Government of India organizations like Geological Survey and other these things. So that is going on. I hope that we should be ready with that in the days to come, and after that only the issue of the funding and all, from where do we get the funding for these kinds of project, because as of now so we are aware that the corporations, given its own exposure to the loan and all, which is already there, we are still exploring the possibility that whether we can still fund it through loan or some other source of funding. So last year also, after we commissioned the last unit in the month of August, if I remember it correctly, all the 3 units are functional, and as again, this is again a run of the river project, so we are expecting that as soon as the rains comes, we'll get optimum generation of 22.5 megawatt from Ganol. Because the model code of conduct is in the operation, so we are we'll be taking up after the code is over, but we are going ahead, and in terms of the pump storage, the applications are now under the process of getting examined, and maybe after the model code of conduct is over, we'll be taking action on that. And apart from that, since the policy is now in the public domain, we are now expecting that the private players, wherever they are been given the opportunity to come and invest here, they are exploring that possibilities, and as and when these proposals come, we will take it up and get them sorted out and installed. There with the Honorable Minister today, so the things are on track, and in fact both the dam rehabilitation part as well as the bridge repair part, we should be in a position to complete it within June. One new thing which we are now planning is that instead of black topping it with the bitumen, we have consulted IIT Guwahati that whether it is the best way of doing it after the repair, or we should go for the concrete part. So IIT report suggests that we should do with the concreting part rather than doing the black topping over the bridge, because it adds on to the dead weight without much strengthening of the structure. So that we are now finalizing it, and if required we might just overspill by maybe 2 weeks, because concreting parts require at least 21 days of curing. So that's where we might just overspill for 1 or 2 weeks, but otherwise we are planning to finish it within June.